Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a DIY video and I'm going to be showing you how to upcycle an old chest of drawers. It's really easy to do, it's extremely affordable and it doesn't require any special tools or anything to get done, so almost anyone can do it. This is an old chest of drawers that I found in my garage. It's been sitting there for almost 4 years. Previously someone else was going to upcycle it but they kind of gave up. So I'm just going to work with what was left of it. I'm not going to finish sanding it down because I don't want to add more work to what I already have to do. As you can see, the drawer handles are in the drawer. They've been taken off so it's easier to decorate, but they are going straight in the bin because they are ugly as hell. So to start with, I'm just going to give the entire cabinet a really thorough clean to make sure that there's no dust or dirt hidden anywhere. If there's dust or dirt, that means that is going to stick to the paint and potentially stick to your cabinet. I'm using a dry cloth to clean the cabinet. I think that is best. If I use any wet wipes or bleach, the dust is going to stick to the cabinet and it's just a nightmare to get off. If you are using something wet, then just make sure you dry it off with a dry cloth after. So now that that's all clean, we're good to go and ready to start painting. The paint that I'm going to be using today is an old white paint that we've had in the house. So I'm going to use that just to avoid me from spending more money. Also because all my furniture in my room is white, so I wanted to continue with that. Because it has been sitting there for a while, it does need a good mix before you start using it. So to paint, I'm just going to be using a 10-piece brush set that I bought from a shop called Home Bargains. It was only $1.99, which is a really good price. With the biggest brush size, I'm just going to go in and start painting. The areas that have been sanded down obviously take to the paint a lot better. So if you do have the time and don't mind the extra work, then go ahead and sand it down. It does save you from painting on a few extra layers, but I would rather paint than sand it down, so I didn't mind that. So we're just continuing to paint throughout the entire cabinet. The parts that are red require a little bit more paint, so we let the first layer sit, let that dry and then do the next layer. So if you can, grab yourself a little helper to help you paint. I've grabbed Mimi and pulled her away from the iPad to help me paint. So while she's doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and clean out the drawers because before painting they need to be cleaned. The drawers had a lot of sawdust in them from when they've been sanded down, and also they've been sitting in the garage for a long time, so there was a lot of dust that had accumulated. I'm using the hoover to get into all the nitty gritty corners. It was easier to get the dust out that way rather than using a cloth. I did wipe down after, and then of course I continued to paint the drawers as well. So we split up the work, we took a drawer each, and then the last big drawer we did together. Mimi's just finishing up the last drawer and I'm just touching up some of the areas that haven't been properly covered. So this is what it looks like so far. I put the drawers back in so I could see exactly what needs to be done. As I said before, this is a quick job, so I'm not doing the ins and the outs. I'm just painting the areas that can be seen. A little side note, don't shut the drawers completely before they are dry because they will get stuck. So just to give you guys a little bit of an insight, these are the sides that haven't been sanded down and this is what it looks like. So clearly these sides all need an extra coat of paint just to make sure that it's completely covered. And then this is what it looked like after I had added another extra coat of paint. You can see it makes a huge difference and it is still doable without having to sand it down. At this point I wasn't sure whether I wanted to add another extra layer of paint because I quite like the streaky shabby chic look. Either way, I had to let it dry and decide tomorrow what I wanted to do because I had already done 2 or 3 layers of paint. If I continued to paint over it, it would have just got lumpy. So I'm just going to leave it overnight now, let it dry, come back to it the following morning and see how it looks. From there I'll decide exactly what I want to do. Okay, so here we have it the following day. I've made sure that the entire cabinet is completely dry and all the paint has dried up. There's no sticky areas. There are still some areas that are a little bit scratched up from where I had to pull open the drawers because they got stuck. And then also some areas that are still a little bit streaky. So I'm just going to grab my paintbrush from the previous day and go over that. I'm using a smaller paintbrush just to get into the really nitty gritty bits. And I'm just going to paint over that until all the areas are covered. I am going over some of the drawers as well because again I just wanted to make sure that they were all covered. I don't mind a little bit of streakiness, but some of the red was still coming through on the drawers. As I said before, I am just painting the areas that can visibly be seen from the outside. I don't want to add extra work, this is just a really quick job, so I'm just painting the areas that can be seen like here. So when you pull open the drawers it's not like red or sand colour, everything is white. And just a little reminder again, because I kept forgetting, make sure you leave all the drawers open while you are painting because they will get stuck. I kept doing that and messing up the paint. So I'm just finishing it all up, doing all the touches on the areas that I can see that are still red or still have some of the wood coming through, making sure that's all covered because I don't want to keep adding extra layers every so often, and I want to get it done as soon as possible. Now that that's all painted, I'm just going to leave that overnight again to dry. So following day, everything has dried once again. I was happy with how everything looked. The paint was perfect at this point. There was no red coming through, there was no wood that was visible. So at this point I just needed to add the drawer knobs. These drawer knobs I also bought from Home Bargains. I buy them from Home Bargains all the time because I've used them in my bedroom as well. They're amazing, they're so easy to put on, it's unbelievable, and the price is really good too. I'm sure you can find similar ones on Amazon that are basically the same thing. So if you are going to buy these, just make sure that your previous drawer knobs are the same as these ones so that they screw in exactly the same. If it's different, then obviously it's not going to screw in as easily. You may have to change a few things. Mine are just very simple, just one screw. You put it through the hole and tighten it. So that was easy for me. But you can take in your old drawer knobs and make sure that it's the same mechanism. So here you can see the drawer knobs are exactly the same on the back. So the way they screw in are exactly the same, it's just one screw. Now I'm going to show you how I put them through. So you just thread it through this hole. You want to hold the back on the inside of the drawer and tighten it on the outside. So the screw in my hand is exactly what you're going to thread through, and then on the other end you're going to attach the drawer knob and tighten that. Here you can see I'm threading it through, it's super duper easy. You're going to hold it on the back, and then here you're just going to attach the drawer knob and tighten it. It's that easy. Okay, so you can see that I've attached the drawer knob. Now all I need to do is hold the back and tighten it exactly like that. It's so easy. And now it's tight. That's done. That's my first drawer knob on. Okay, so there's 6 altogether, so I'm just going to continue to do the rest of my drawer knobs. I'm going to quickly attach them. Both of them were a box of 4, so I am going to have 2 left over, but that's perfectly fine. Just in case one's broken, it's good to have a spare one. So this didn't take me long at all. It literally took me a few minutes just to put all 6 on. It's that easy. Like, it doesn't take long, they're really cheap and they look amazing. Here you can see I had 2 left over, so I'm going to store them away for safekeeping just in case something happens. And then here we have the final product. You can see that the drawer knobs work perfectly fine. They're very secure, they open just as they would with the previous drawer knobs. The inside I may put inserts in, but you can buy them from anywhere. I think I'm going to get mine from IKEA because they're really cheap and they're easy because you can cut them. So according to the size of the drawers, you can just cut them and pop them in. So I'm really happy with the final product. I'm going to give you guys a quick before and after now to show you the huge difference. So here we have the before product, and after sitting there for almost 4 years, we were able to achieve this, the after product. Literally a lick of paint and a change of the drawer knobs, and it looks like a completely different piece of furniture. I'm really happy with how this has turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the process. If you found it helpful in any way, make sure you click that thumbs up and like this video. Comment down below if you have any more suggestions or questions. If you haven't already, then please make sure you have hit that subscribe button before you guys leave today. Whilst you're there, turn post notifications on because I will be having some more DIY videos going up very soon. I hope you guys found this video helpful and enjoyed watching how I did this. It's super easy, a great way to occupy yourself, and an even better way in saving money. So if you do have any old furniture lying around, then I would just say give it a go. You might actually have some fun. But for now, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Take care, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.